wrapping things up tonight. I may have been making a list. I've been thinking all night ever since we canceled. I mean, obviously, like everybody else, just been thinking about a lot of these different things. I made a list of 10 things that are on my mind right now. So let me know your thoughts. These are in no particular order, just things that I've been thinking about. Number one, the whole preparedness thing. I know that every post I've seen on Facebook is about toilet paper. I mean, ha ha ha. But is your family ready if there is something that seriously goes wrong? I mean, I didn't go out and buy 75,000 things of toilet paper or anything like that, but I want to make sure that my family isn't one of those families that's scrounging for napkins, if that's the case. So just worry about things like that. Number two, just the general health of my family. As most of you who know the Kaltenbergs know, our boys aren't the healthiest. Couple of kids, we've had to use up all our sick days this year just on regular things, so now this thing's happening. So concerned about that, concerned about everybody else getting sick. Hopefully we can avoid that, and the best to your family as well. The third thing is the whole school thing. Obviously, if you know anything about us, you know we're teachers, so that's a big thing coming up on our mind. We're on spring break right now, so I mean, it's kind of like a vacation, but it's a real shitty vacation because all we're doing is thinking about, what's going to come up next. I mean, just that itself is on my mind, like what I'm going to do with my own kids, like my school kids and my own kids for that matter. But what I'm really concerned about is the public response to all of this because specifically if you saw that new article today about the relaxing of the requirements on teaching and things like that. I mean, if teachers already weren't, seen in the best light. So if all of a sudden they're like, hey, teachers, we're going to pay you the same thing we're paying you, and you don't have to work as hard, I'm curious what the public backlash is going to be on that as well. We'll see. Number four, I'm concerned about other workers. All these mass closings, I just can't see how this isn't just going to be tearing people apart, not getting the hours. I mean, I know unemployment, and I don't know all the ins and outs of all that, but there's no way that there aren't going to be a bunch of people in many industries just suffering, and I can't even imagine what's going through, their minds as, like 2 days ago, everything was hunky-dory, and now all of a sudden their entire business is shut down or not legally able to meet or do whatever the heck they're doing. On that same note, I kind of worry about the whole apocalypse thing and the government involvement stuff. I know that the government is doing their best to make sure that everybody's safe, but it's just bam, 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 all these like specific like restrictions that are put in place for our own good. And, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So we'll see how far that gets taken. And I'm also thinking about how things are going to, turn out in the future. Like we're kind of cutting back all this stuff, and I'm curious if, what's going to look like after that. Like maybe we don't need to reopen this thing, or maybe this rule worked out real well to control folks. And, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but I feel like there's a phrase here, but essentially they're taking all of these things, all for our benefit. Will all those things be put back when everything's normal again? Number 6, I think. I'm concerned about my own sanity. If you know anything about the Kaltenbergs, you know that we're not really good about sitting around all that much, and essentially we're being told to sit around a whole lot. I know I saw the meme about, getting outside and reading and drawing pretty pictures and things like that, but that's not my style. Reading's for losers. No, just kidding. We like to get outside. We like to do the adventure thing. I mean, if you know anything about us, you know that Florida thing had to have killed. I mean, that really killed us. So, especially seeing other people that are on vacation, not faulting them, just jealousy, obviously. But I'm a little concerned about myself having to be boxed up in the house, and I'm all about organization and scheduling, so that's bugging me. I'm concerned about Americans staying secluded. I'm I'm watching all these other countries that are having these bans about moving around and such things like that. But I can already sense this whole American, um, we're not going to be told what to do. We're not going to stay in our houses. We're going to get out. We're Americans. We don't have to do this and that. I mean, I'm feeling that right now. It's been one effing day, and I can't even stay inside my house. And I have, at least I have a conscience when it comes to that. So, I mean, I can't imagine that everybody in the United States is going to follow that. And, I mean, is all this for naught if people are just going to keep going out and doing what they want to do? I'm concerned about spending. Talking back to the preparedness stuff that we said before, like I've gone out to the grocery store. Speaking of going out of the house, I've gone out to the grocery store a number of times already. I mean, obviously, a lot of that had to do with the Florida stuff because we were trying to run out of food before we left. But there's another issue that I'm having right now when it comes to spending. But I'm on vacation, so. But just looking online and seeing things like, ooh, do we need this? Do we need this to be ready to go? Should I spend this extra money for that? And of course, in the economy, I don't know how much I should be spending. If you have any investments, I'm sure that you're feeling the pinch just like everybody else. Should we not be spending? Should we be rationing? Should we be worrying about things? I guess I don't know how much to worry. I don't know how much to conserve right now. I'm worried about the band. I think that as we talk about other people's jobs, I mean, I'm not trying to lump us into that same thing, but we've already had one show postponed and two shows potentially canceled already. So, I mean, that's a big outlet for me. I'm not trying to compare my pain to somebody else's pain, but if you know anything about me, the band is very important, and that's a super big outlet for me on a personal level. So, I'm having that rescinded is kind of hurting me as well. I think I wrote down my own mental health on this list twice. Apparently, I was really concerned about that. So, just some thoughts. This video is getting kind of long, so, let me know your thoughts on those things and let me know what I missed. Peace. Stay safe.